Hello, fellow enlightened folk, and I'm going to do a video today on the universe and how it relates to manifesting. And I'm not going to talk about the brain. I will link the brain video below. It didn't give you a whole bunch of info, but it gave you enough to use to manifest. But I do encourage you to learn about the brain and learn more about the universe. I'm going to link 2 really good videos that I did not make because there's no point to make them because they're already there and they're good. They're great. So I'll link them below, and anything else I mention will be linked below as well, plus other goodies for you to check out. So what you need to know about the universe is that every outcome has already occurred. You have infinite timelines, okay, in this life and then the next life if you reincarnate, and then the next life, which you probably will. So, you're always going to be going through these things, always. And it's just a cycle. And so when you realize that all these timelines exist, you can align yourself. You can tune yourself to the frequency of your desire. And that is the best way to help you stay in the wish fulfilled, because you remember that the universe, it's already created it. All you're doing is putting yourself in its line of fire, so to speak, okay? You're walking toward it, it's walking toward you, and then you meet and you receive and you thank, of course, okay? Figuratively speaking. So the ways that you can tune in, the ways that you can really tune in and align yourself with this. And if you haven't read anything about the slit experiment, I will link that below. I think it's in the quantum video that I'm going to link. But pay attention to that part where they talk about the double slit experiment. There's a slit experiment and a double slit experiment. It is mind-blowing. It's so cool to watch. And it's been replicated and proven so much that it's not a theory, it's a law. It's a universal law. It's true. They were able to prove it through that experiment and multiples. But there are still theories out there. But that's besides the point. So knowing that, and just knowing that alone, can help you stay in that wish fulfilled. Knowing that it's there, okay? Even though you can't see it, it's not there. It reminds me of the 5 of Cups, where he's focusing on the 2 empty ones, but behind him, her, whatever, there's 3 full ones, okay? What you can't see in the background, it's not revealed to you yet, but in divine timing, it will be. And the way to speed up that timing is to get in tune with what you want. Get in tune with it. Find what frequencies attract it. Have your thoughts about this be positive. Never come from a place of of lack, need, want, fear, doubt, shame, guilt, whatever negative emotion, sad. Don't do that. When you are doing this process, you need to be vibrating as high as possible, and the best way to do that is to stay happy. I have videos that I made really quick, kind of ugly videos, but the message is good. But I'll link those below as well so that you can see how to get yourself out of that. But my best advice, and this is what I give to everyone, is think of the person I love the most, which is my child, and I think about telling her when this happens. And that puts me immediately back into that state of complete bliss, to where I look glazed over for a minute. I look like I'm high for a second. I'm not. And a lot of times I do well up with tears because it's so powerful. And if your visualizations, I said this in the other part, but if they're not that powerful, where you need at least a napkin beside you, you are not fully invested. Get your heart in the game, okay? You got to get your heart in the game. It's not only about the mind, okay? Not only about the mind. I don't mean your literal heart, okay? I mean your soul, what you love, what gets you going, what's your passion. My passion right now is helping others improve their lives, but my number 1 passion is always going to be my baby girl. Okay? Always. That's just the way it is. And you can have more than 1 passion. That was kind of irrelevant, but I feel like I want to say it. So anyway, what you're going to do with the universal knowledge that you will have after you watch that video or those videos is going to really boost you, because you're going to see scientists prove that all this stuff exists. And like I said, I would make this video, but there's no point. It would take way too long, and just there, it's already there. It's great. I learned a lot from it. I knew a good bit about it because I had studied, this stuff leading up to it. I've been interested in, I got interested in it with the Big Bang Theory of all things when it came out. So like 2009, 10, something like that. Got kind of interested in it, and it's came such a long way, and it's so interesting, okay? And also, when you're thinking about the universe, I want you to think about infinity, okay? Infinity. So in a world of infinity, which would be the universal world, there is no time. Time is a man-made thing, just like everything else we see in front of us, okay? And everything started as an idea and became an actual item in the 3D world because someone manifested it. Some inventor, some designer, somebody manifested it, whether it's good or bad, okay? So when you are bringing these things towards you, and you're thinking about the universe, and you're thinking about that it's infinite, remember that your desires are also infinite, okay? I hate when I get students and they have such a small manifestation, because I have to pump them up through shadow work and self-love and get their ego, and their subconscious as well, which is way harder to believe that they can achieve it. And one of the great things to do for that is subliminals. Find your desire, type in subliminals, go through about a dozen of them, and find the one that won't bother you while you sleep, because you need to sleep. And coming from an insomniac, yeah, I know, but you need to sleep, okay? 7 hours to 9 hours. You need to sleep as much as you can. We all know that's not always possible, but Elon says you can get by on 4, and honestly, I agree with him. But if you're, when you're manifesting and going through all of this emotionally draining stuff, and you're asking your higher self and programming your subconscious, you need that time so that it can marinate, okay? And also, before you go to bed at night, I want you to picture that happening to yourself. Picture your desire as you fall asleep. Don't forget that. And Neville Goddard, one of his students, which is Elmer, I can't remember his last name. It starts with an O, Ockler, I think. But his grandfather was a student of Neville's, and said that he would do this, with his classes, and they were told to go to sleep every night with the vision of climbing a ladder, and then write everywhere in their house, "I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder." And then half of them ended up climbing a ladder before the next week, and he had told those people to only come back because they had told themselves they wouldn't, but because they pictured it happening, it worked, okay? So just remember, everything is infinite in the universe. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself, and don't stop at one manifestation, but I wouldn't encourage you to do more than one unless they're somehow related and important to be done together. Okay, and in that case, I may even say look at the big picture and see how you can kind of condense that into a solution. Maybe even ask your higher self before you go to sleep. Ask that as well. And another thing you can do before you go to sleep is you can also ask yourself questions, okay? One that I love to ask myself is, why do I have the winning lottery ticket for the whatever jackpot in my backpack right now? Or wherever I hide it, because I'm not going to say, or them. But why do I do that? Because I'm asking my subconscious the question, because the subconscious is going to come up with an answer, and the only answer to that is them setting it up and making it happen. Unless I'm going to dream the numbers, which is really not my goal, because it's not about the numbers, it's not about the probability, it's about aligning to your desire, okay? So try those frequencies, try the subliminals, talk about, journal about your manifestation, meditate about it, just really go inside, as within, so without, okay? As above, so below. We could go on, okay? What comes out of your head, every thought, is a vibration sent to the universe to bring something back or continue something as it was or make something worse. You know, you want to be careful. So when you're falling asleep, you want to fall asleep happy, doing something that you love, that you're going to be doing in the future. And then, you know, try to stay in that feeling for the whole day. It's really good. I'll talk about the next part in the rituals. But I think that's all about the universe, guys. I just really want you to educate yourselves further. And I am not a, you know, science teacher. I'm not bad at it at all, but I am not the best one to be teaching that to you. So I'm going to leave that to the experts. But check those videos out and check my links out. I have some new things that I'm offering. If you haven't seen those videos, check them out, because I'm going to be a pioneer in this bitch with this. So we'll see. But that's all I have, guys. Thank you for watching part 2. I will be back with part 3. Blessed be.